What are we going to talk about today?
The game that we're going to make.
Do you remember what it's called? Gluckhaus.
Gluckhaus.
Glickhaus.
Gluckhaus.
Croeso, friends. Welcome back to opuselenae. I am Courtney, and I am here with my mini-me, my tornado, because today we are going to make a game board.
Yeah.
Right.
Now I'm going to do it all by myself.
You're gonna do it all by yourself. It was really fun to have a project for you to work on during the quarantine, right?
I got bored. Plus I get to braid stuff.
You do. You get to make everything from beginning to end with only a little bit of help. All right, let's take a look at the history of Gluckhaus.
Why didn't we do this before?
Because filming this was a last-minute decision today, and I did not adequately prepare.
Okay.
Glickhaus is a gambling game that originated in Renaissance Germany.
It's actually a drinking game as well, because you can play it with one hand. Plus, you can also talk to others while playing.
Yeah, because the rules aren't too complicated, right? They're easy to learn.
Both a drunk man and a toddler can do it, which are
Functionally the same.
exactly.
So what are the steps that we are going to have to do to create your game? We're going to have to design, and we're going to have to transfer it onto the fabric.
Yeah, transfer.
And then we're going to have to make it permanent on the fabric in some way. And then we're going to have to sew up the game board.
Yes.
And then we're going to have to make up everything else to make it a pouch, because the goal for this game was to have it be self-contained in a pouch that could carry the dice and the coins that we'll be using to play and gamble with, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So everybody grab your cuppa. What are you drinking today?
Mint tea.
You're drinking mint tea, and I'm drinking vanilla with a bit of cream. So everybody grab your cuppa and let's get into it. Perfect. So now that we have our game board ready, we're gonna do something, it's a medieval transfer technique, right? So in order to get this...
What is it, Helen?
Yeah. So in order to get this design onto this piece of fabric, what we're gonna do is poke holes along all of these lines, and then we are going to take some either charcoal or chalk powder and rub it into the top while this is on top of this fabric here, and that will give us the design transferred onto this fabric, which we will then trace with an ink pen and paint over. Okay? So the thing that we have to do now is poke holes into this paper. So I've got here some wool fabric.
Oh, I like wool fabric.
Yes. Eventually I'm going to make you a little cape out of the rest of this, but for right now, this is going to be your station for pricking all of these lines.
Poke. I'm probably gonna get like a bunch of lead or like whatever. Probably gonna like poke a lot of the wool.
That's why I put the wool under there, so that when you poke through it, it's not going to hurt the table. So this is called an awl, and it is made.
Scares me already.
It's sharp, but yeah, so maybe don't like jab yourself with it. So basically what we're going to do is at every part where the lines intersect, you want to poke a hole.
Okay.
And then kind of on the straight lines, you can poke holes farther apart. And on curved lines, you want to poke them kind of closer together like this.
So that you're not like, so instead you're going like that instead of going like.
Exactly. Okay. Think you can handle it?
Think so.
You're gonna be great. You can start, if it's easier for you, you can start on the straight lines instead of doing the curved lines.
I'm gonna start on the corners first.
All right, perfect. Yep, so every place where a line intersects with another line or turns a corner, you wanna make sure that you go ahead and poke a hole there. So the next thing we're gonna do, so in this, I have black and gray and white powder to be used for pouncing. So
I think black would be best on that.
I think you're probably right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to
It's in film, oh
that's
no.
This is gonna get everywhere. It's just how it works.
I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
See? Already everywhere.
Well, it's not on me, so it's not everywhere.
It's gonna go everywhere.
Oh no.
So this is a little
I know how this is supposed to go. So you'll dab it in there.
it.
And then you'll go like around everything.
Yep. And just bonk, bonk, bonk. And you can see that?
Oh yeah, I see.
So I'm gonna do it up here real quick so I can show the camera.
I go plop.
And see, ta-da, good job, self.
See, ta-da, good job.
All right, there you go. Let's take a look.
Oh,
Wait,
there's two
wait,
more.
there's two more.
Mom. Wait, don't. Yeah.
Oops.
Here.
All
There's
right.
there are like a couple of outbursts.
That's okay.
Not many. I want to outline.
Okay.
I want to do all the work.
So you can move it down or turn it this way if it would be easier.
Yeah, I'm gonna move it down a bit.
Okay.
Well, then we might want to move the camera a bit. There we go.
so what do we have here? We have that dark blue. We have a black.
Options. I'm holding them up to the camera.
We have
so
a dark
that they can
purple.
see the options.
If you want to try and see, we can also mix some things a little bit. Ta-da! We have a brown too.
I feel like this. I feel like I don't want this to be like, you know, something that other people would do. So I think we're going to take it black.
Okay.
And then I can't pick between these two.
Well, you could do the lines in blue and the numbers and stuff in purple.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
You want to do both? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, what are you starting with?
I think I'm going to start with the outline,
Okay, and that's going to be dark blue?
the blue.
All right, so basically what you're going to do is a nice thin brush. You're just going to go over.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be like super like clumpy on it like how I usually am.
Okay. So basically, now that that's all finished,
Means they're warming.
so the whole way this is going to work is that we have the outer shell here. We have one side of the lining. We actually have the other side of the lining here. Okay? So what we're gonna do is for the top or for the bottom half, we're gonna sew these two together, right? So it's gonna go like this, but only for like the bottom half. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sew the top halves like this to this lining here, right, to this outside shell here, like that. Okay, basically like that. And so what that's gonna do is that when we turn it all right side out, what's gonna happen is we are going to have, oh gosh.
Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. I turned it on for when I was ready to get started.
So what that means is we're gonna end up with a pouch, right? That we can pull inside out like this, and it'll be like that. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to sew.
I will pin everything together for you to sew. Okay.
I was like, okay.
No worries. Okay,
Like a big
ready?
squid that just came out.
So we're gonna start sewing here. All right, gonna sew all the way around, and we're gonna stop at this one. So eventually what we're going to do is we're going to sew up these sides. I'm going to iron them all flat, and then we're going to sew up these sides, and then that'll be the inside out pouch, right, with the game board on it. And then when we're all done playing, we will turn it right side out like that, with the game board inside. It'll be a very shaky video.
You don't know that.
I know it a little bit. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just ironing all of these pieces flat, since we have sewed them together. And by we, I mean you.
Yes, I did almost all of the work
See
on
the
this.
difference? You've got nice flat seam and puffy seam that has not been ironed yet. So, ironed seam, not ironed seam.
Yeah, I'm just getting like close-ups so that people can be like, oh yeah.
Perfect.
We can pick out the pieces that are just that bad.
What do you mean? What pieces? Like
The pieces of recording.
Oh, video?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're gonna do now is basically sew the two halves together by hand. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side.
I want this.
Over here.
I want to sew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it. All right. So what we're gonna do, I'll show you. So we're gonna start at the bottom, and we're gonna go all the way up to where the red pins are on both sides, and then we're gonna stop. Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna start at the bottom.
Because red is the stop.
Because red means stop. So what we're gonna do is this is called a whip stitch, okay? And we're gonna catch both sides. So we're gonna go in through both the tan and the teal part. And you're gonna go through the tan and the teal part on the other side.
Oh yeah, I know how to do that. I've seen people do that
Pull it
before, and I
twice.
was like, "Are you gonna do that?
Yep.
You're gonna do that thing that I saw people do,
So just
specifically
like
my
that.
mom."
So yes, it's called a whip stitch.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be like that. You're gonna kind of
Okay.
angle it up so that when the thread pulls, it pulls up this way, right, like that. And you're just gonna pull it tight. You're gonna go up to the
Okay,
next
my
one.
turn.
Don't go too far in, so you don't want to be like there.
Yeah, I
You're
know.
gonna keep it to the edges.
Yeah, because then it would be like, and that's not what we're trying to do.
All right, ready? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna stick
the pin through there. And then you're going to use this to feed it through the channels like this.
It's gonna be tricky. Okay.
You just kind of push. All right, so make it go through here and then through that one. You want to do it? Yeah. Okay, so you can start it. And then you're going to do, so this one's going to go from here through and end here. And then you're going to take the same thing and you're going to start at this end and you're going to make it go through the other end. So you have two loops so you can pull it. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. And now you're good to go.
All right. Okay. Welcome back.
Now that we are finished with this pouch, we did do a couple of things off camera, but not anything that would make it drastically different.
Just finishing touches.
Yeah.
All right, shall we turn this out so that everybody can see what the final reveal looks like?
Okay.
So much money.
We have a lot of coins here.
So we have lots of coins to gamble with, 2 dice to play the game, and the game board looks like...
It looks like this.
So the entire game was designed to fold up into the pouch, which when you turn it right side out is the pouch material, and when you turn it inside out, the game board is revealed.
Yes. So basically half of it is attached to the pouch itself, and then half of it is like a little
Extra flap of fabric.
yeah, extra flap.
The back is currently blank, but we are thinking about other games to put on the back that can also be carried.
Mancala or something else like that.
Maybe Nine Men's Morris or another different medieval
Don't even
game.
know what that is.
It's okay, I'll teach you how to play. I think what we're gonna do next is zoom in on the game board, and Tornado's gonna teach me how to play. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we are. So you can see our game board right here.
Yes.
Let's start off with an equal number of coins. So let's just say 10 each.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which thank you very much to our dear friend Hex, who gave us these plastic coins so that Tornado would have something to be able to take to events and gamble with friends without being worried about losing valuable things. So I have my 10 and you have your 10. So let's go over the rules of the game. How do we play?
We roll 2 dice, and then whatever number these 2 dice add up to, so I have 2 5s, so that would make a 10. You put it on the number that you rolled.
If there's nothing on
However,
there.
If there's nothing on there, but if there is something on there, and say I re-roll it, I re-roll the same number that I did before,
Mm-hmm.
then I would take the coin back.
Okay. So for the small squares, you take something if there's something on there, and you leave a coin if there's nothing on there.
Yes.
So just one, though.
Yes, just 1 is allowed on each square.
Okay. What about the bigger squares? What are the rules for those?
Well, let's start with number 2.
Mm-hmm.
So this piggy is greedy, right?
Okay.
And it takes all the small squares. And no, it does not take the 7 or the 12.
Okay. If you roll a 2, you get all of the coins that are on the small squares?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens with the 7?
Well, every single time you roll a 7, you put 1 on there.
Oh. So this is called the wedding,
Yes.
right? And you always bring a gift to a wedding, so you always
Yes.
put a coin on there?
That's
But-
why there are rings on there.
Oh, that makes sense. And then, but you never take anything if you roll a 7?
No.
Okay.
But
What about if there are coins on the 7 and you roll a 2, you can't take the coins on the 7?
mm-mm.
Okay. What about the 12?
So with this 12, you will clear the board entirely.
Oh,
You
even
will
with the
take-
wedding?
Yes, even with the wedding, you will take all the small squares, the wedding presents. Because this is what we call the Prince John Square, because it's super greedy and he just takes everything.
Okay. All right. So should we try and play a game?
Yes,
All right. You want to go first, or you want me to?
you can go first.
Okay. That's a 9.
Yes.
So I put a coin on.
I mean, people can play with one hand unless you're me. And that is a 10.
You're rolling the high numbers today. It's gonna laugh if you roll a 12. Oh. Nope. Nope. There you go. Oh, 7.
We both hate 7 just because of how many there can be on there.
I think it's funny we haven't re-rolled the same number already. Oh, wait. Ah. I can see where this would be a really popular tavern game because the rules are very simple and it's very easy to continue playing in the middle of a conversation, or
Play 2 games at once.
you
Maybe.
could play 2 games at once if you wanted to, but this is the kind of thing that's easily done in the midst of a very noisy tavern, a very while you're drinking, that kind of thing. We play it a lot at SCA events because we can
She
continue.
plays it a lot at SEA events. I don't.
Well, you're usually off like running around with friends when you're.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
Wait, I have a better idea.
no, no. You use your own money, miss.
Oh, wait. What if I just go?
No. Those are for decoration. You leave those alone.
I refuse!
So in some iterations of the game, they play with no 4.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so some game boards don't have a 4 in them, and it's speculated that the 4 is either Oh, is it my turn? Sorry. See? You get distracted, somebody elbows you and says it's your turn, and it's really easy to just kind of pick up, do the thing, and then continue on with what you were saying. So it's speculated that in some games where there is no 4, the coin that would go to the 4 would be paid to the tavern or barkeep. Thank you. And in that way, it becomes a profitable thing for the barkeep as well as No, that's not correct. There we go. As well as for the people who are doing the actual gambling. The house gets a cut in that case. And not just the drinks that are being bought. I don't want to hear it. You still have so much more money than me.
Yeah, but I still have to put it all down.
This is literally all my money that's on the board right now. Because you still have 10 and I have 3.
Yeah.
I like these dice. I want to use different dice.
No. Ooh, look, 11.
Don't we have to roll both of them?
Oh, yeah. I thought I picked up both, okay?
Nope. You didn't.
Shush.
Oh!
As you can see, I have rolled 2 6s. Therefore, I win.
So usually when someone rolls a 12, we usually use that as a time to have a quick break, refill drinks, reset the board. I think we're probably going to call this good.
Because...
That was fun.
Yeah.
All right, can you put down the pillow so it's not distracting? Okay, but we can't be done until that.
Okay, fine.
Did you have fun doing your project?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Are you going to have fun teaching everybody how to play it? Awesome. Are we about ready to be done for the day?
Yeah.
Me too. All right. So as always, thank you to everyone for coming along with us on our journey, and thank you for patiently allowing me to film you while you made your really cool Gluckhaus game. If you have enjoyed this video, please make sure to click like, and if you want to stick around, you can hit the subscribe button. And if you would like...
Find a name for your subscribers.
My subscribers need names?
Yeah.
Oh, like a little nickname?
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe you guys can comment down below what you think that the name could be.
If you have suggestions for what my teeny tiny little following should be called, you can comment down below. And if you don't have any ideas for that, but would like to comment down below with your favorite board games, medieval or modern, and again, if you would like to stick around, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and if you want notifications when I upload new videos, you can hit the notification bell. I do try to upload every fortnight, but that doesn't always happen, so having notifications on is probably a good thing. Alright, you ready to say my outro with me?
Yeah.
It goes, Wheel. Can you say it like that? Wheel?
Wheel.
Wheel, yeah.
Wheel.
It's a Welsh word. It means bye or cheers.
Oh.
3. Wheel.
Wheel. I'm just gonna mix these up. I was gonna mix these up. Never gonna do it again.
And did you just rickroll everybody on this video?
What? Did I just rickroll?
Rickroll? Yes.
What does that mean?
When you trick somebody into listening to that song.
Maybe.